Have you ever wondered what's really going on inside that tube of toothpaste you squeeze every morning? It's a lot more than just minty goo. Over the next 10 minutes, we're going to peel back the foil on one of the most common products in the world and reveal the surprisingly complex business and science behind it. We'll trace its journey from ancient powders to a high-tech health product, see how a simple shift from cleaning to prevention created a multi-billion-dollar industry, and understand the intricate science of making a stable, effective paste. We'll also dive into the money side, how big companies make their profits, the role of challenger brands, and where the next wave of innovation is coming from. By the end of this video, you'll never look at your toothpaste the same way again. The idea of cleaning our teeth is ancient. For thousands of years, people used abrasive powders and pastes made from things like crushed bones, charcoal, and salts just to scrub their teeth clean. But the toothpaste we know today really took shape in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. This is when chemists started packaging these pastes in those convenient collapsible metal tubes. The early formulas were simple. They had abrasives to scrub and soap-like ingredients to foam up. It was essentially a cosmetic product, like a polish for your teeth. The real game changer, the inflection point that created the modern industry, was the discovery of active ingredients. When scientists proved that adding fluoride could actively prevent cavities, toothpaste transformed. It went from being a simple cosmetic for cleaning to a health product for prevention. This single shift changed everything. Suddenly, research and development became critical. Companies had to prove their products worked, and the marketing landscape shifted from promises of a brighter smile to claims of better health, which brought in a whole new level of regulatory oversight. This pivot from cleaning to prevention triggered a massive technological evolution. The most important innovation was adding clinically proven active ingredients. Fluoride was the first superstar, turning toothpaste into a frontline defense against cavities. Later, ingredients like triclosan were added for their antibacterial properties to fight gum issues, though its use has been heavily reduced and regulated over time. We also saw the development of special compounds to treat tooth sensitivity. In many parts of the world, toothpaste became what's called a prophylactic or preventative medical adjacent product. This meant that any health claims had to be backed by serious scientific data. Companies started pouring money into research, running expensive clinical trials with standardized methods to measure how well their toothpaste reduced plaque and cavities. It was no longer enough to just say it worked. You had to prove it, and that proof had to be submitted in thick regulatory files to health authorities. Now, formulating a tube of toothpaste is deceptively complex. Think about it. It has to be a stable paste or gel that does unseparate over time. It needs to foam just the right amount when you brush, taste pleasant, and keep all its ingredients, like abrasives and fluoride, evenly suspended. It also has to resist growing bacteria in the tube and squeeze out consistently every single time. Achieving all of this is a masterpiece of chemistry. We've seen incredible advances in polymer chemistry, which gives us the thickeners and humectants that create that perfect texture and prevent it from drying out. The abrasives themselves, like different grades of silica, are now engineered for controlled cleaning power without damaging enamel. New surfactants create better foam, flavor microencapsulation delivers that long-lasting minty blast, and modern preservatives ensure it stays fresh on the shelf. The manufacturing process is just as advanced. To produce toothpaste on a massive scale, factories use high-tech equipment like continuous mixers and high-shear dispersers to create a perfectly smooth blend. Deaeration systems remove tiny air bubbles to ensure the paste is dense and stable, and automated filling lines can fill and seal thousands of tubes per hour with incredible precision. This level of process control is vital for making sure every single tube, from the first to the millionth in a batch, has the exact same quality, effectiveness, and feel, all while keeping the cost per tube incredibly low. At its core, the toothpaste business is a bulk chemicals business. The final cost of a tube is dominated by the price of its raw materials, things like silica for abrasion, glycerin or sorbitol to keep it moist, surfactants for foam, flavor oils, fluoride compounds, and, of course, the packaging. The prices of these commodities can swing wildly based on factors like energy costs and the petrochemical market. The packaging itself, especially those multi-layered laminated tubes, represents a significant portion of the cost. This is where scale becomes a massive advantage. Huge consumer packaged goods companies can negotiate enormous discounts on raw materials, secure long-term contracts to protect themselves from price spikes, and absorb market volatility much better than smaller brands. They have the power to keep their costs low and their production lines humming. This leads us to the market structure. The global toothpaste market is dominated by a handful of giant corporations, alongside countless national and private label brands. Because each tube is relatively cheap and people buy it frequently, companies don't make their money on a high price per unit. Instead, profits come from building a strong brand that people trust, continuous innovation that offers new benefits, and securing powerful distribution networks. These big firms spend heavily on advertising to build that brand loyalty, foster strong relationships with retailers to get prime shelf space, and use their global manufacturing footprint to maintain steady, predictable cash flows. In the world of finance, toothpaste is considered a classic consumer staple, a reliable, cash-generating asset that's attractive to investors looking for stability. At the same time, you have smaller, challenger brands that are disrupting the market. They often target niche higher-margin segments like all-natural formulas, advanced whitening products, or specialized therapeutic pastes sold directly to consumers online through a subscription model. Let's talk about pricing and profit margins. The gross margins on branded toothpaste are generally quite healthy, especially when you compare them to other basic household items. This is because of brand equity and the perceived health benefits. People are willing to pay a little more for a brand they believe is protecting their health. However, the price you see on the shelf is intensely competitive. Retailers, from your local supermarket to massive online platforms, have a lot of power. They run promotions like buy one, get one free, sell large multi-packs, and offer their own private label versions, all of which squeeze the manufacturer's margins. To fight back, manufacturers use a strategy called SKU proliferation. They create dozens of different specialized versions, like advanced whitening, total gum health, or sensitive enamel repair, to fill the shelves and appeal to every possible consumer need. They also partner with dental professionals, where regulations allow to get that trusted endorsement. Because toothpaste often makes claims about preventing diseases like cavities or treating conditions like sensitivity, it operates in a heavily regulated space. Depending on the country and the specific claims being made, a toothpaste might be classified as a cosmetic or a therapeutic good. This classification matters a lot. Making therapeutic claims requires a much higher burden of proof, including expensive clinical studies, toxicology reports to ensure safety, and detailed compliance with local health authorities. This creates a high barrier to entry for new companies that want to make powerful efficacy claims. Public perception and safety are also huge drivers. Controversies over certain ingredients can force entire industries to reformulate their products and engage in careful brand risk management to maintain consumer trust. So, where is the innovation heading now? The current frontiers of toothpaste R&D are fascinating. Scientists are focusing on the oral microbiome, developing toothpastes with probiotics or ingredients that support a healthy balance of bacteria in your mouth. There's a lot of work in biomimetic remineralization, using materials like nanohydroxyapatite to rebuild tooth enamel at a microscopic level. We're also seeing enzyme-based cleaners, more stable and effective peroxide systems for whitening, and slow-release technologies that provide long-lasting relief for sensitive teeth. Behind the scenes, formulation science is getting a high-tech upgrade, with computational chemistry and high-throughput screening allowing researchers to test thousands of ingredient combinations incredibly fast. On the manufacturing side, we're seeing a move towards smaller, more agile production lines that can quickly produce niche products for startup brands. The business models are evolving too. The direct-to-consumer subscription model has become a popular way for new brands to reach customers directly, bypassing traditional retailers. We're seeing a rise in ingredient-transparent indie brands that appeal to consumers who want to know exactly what's in their products. Personalization is the next big frontier. Imagine a future where you get a custom-formulated toothpaste based on a test of your unique oral microbiome or a diagnosis from your dentist. Some companies are even integrating technology with apps that track your brushing habits and automatically reorder the right toothpaste for you. These new models aim to increase the lifetime value of a customer, but they require heavy investment in logistics, data security, and customer acquisition. Looking ahead, the winners in the toothpaste industry will be those who can successfully combine three key elements: credible, clinically proven health benefits, a resilient and efficient supply chain, and a real commitment to sustainability. The highest potential lies in areas like microbiome-based therapeutics, personalized subscription services, and the holy grail of fully recyclable or even compostable packaging, which is becoming a major demand from both consumers and regulators. From a financial perspective, we'll likely see continued consolidation, with large corporations acquiring promising niche brands rather than building them from scratch. For investors and entrepreneurs looking to enter this space, the most important things to focus on will be true clinical differentiation with claims that are hard to copy, mastering the economics of acquiring and retaining customers, and figuring out how to scale manufacturing without sacrificing quality or breaking any rules. Thank you so much for joining me on this deep dive into the world of toothpaste. It's amazing how much science, business, and strategy is packed into such an everyday product. If you found this interesting, please give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel for more content like this. We love exploring the hidden complexities of the world around us. Let us know in the comments what everyday item you'd like us to break down next. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.